Alrighty. It is Seto Kaiba going up against none other than Seeker, which is ironic given Kaiba's history with Exodia, but this is the second last match of the entire season. It's the finishing match for Kaiba and Seeker, and as you will see, it is sped up. It was, on the raw video file, it was just under 40 minutes, and I don't want to sit still in this heat for 40 minutes because, again, it's another pretty warm day here in Western Australia. I would say it was probably in the high 30s again. Its Cup of Ace is activated from Seeker. Kaiba has started off with the Blade Knight, and there is Yellow Luster Shield. Okay, as Kaiba has just played down Kaiser Seahorse, and it was Gear Golem of the Moving Fortress, so Seeker with a strong defense to start off here. Kaiba does have Obelisk in his hand. And what does he go for here? He goes for the Wide Dragon Head. Is that Wide Dragon Head? Yeah, that's Wide Dragon Head, isn't it? It's X-Head Cannon, Wide Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank. Yeah. The XYZ, they're cool. I quite like those cards. Okay, Kaiba can go for Obelisk here if he wants to. He's looking through his combinations for his machines, but he's chosen Vorse Raider. Seeker is just camping, so it's just Kaiba that's actually really doing anything here. So let's turn that filter off. If I do miss comments, my bad. YouTube's filtering has a bit of a mind of its own, but I believe that's where we were up to. Alright, Kaiba hasn't gone for Obelisk yet. He's elected to have more monsters on the field. He may be hoping for a Blue Eyes as well, because he would like to attack more than once. He's just gone for a 3 tribute, so Obelisk the Tormentor is going to come to the field. And okay, he is going to activate the effect. He almost just used Obelisk as a tribute there as well. Thankfully for Kaiba, he didn't. He's just swept Seeker's field, so Seeker's defenses are gone, but Obelisk can't attack the turn. It makes that, and Seeker has just played Swords of Revealing Light. Oh, and there's a Blue Eyes. Damn. As, if Obelisk uses that effect, Obelisk can't attack, but it doesn't stop any other monster from attacking, just Obelisk. Alright, Sir Aaron Game Guy says, I like Chum, but we need some fresh meat on the duel field. Alright, that puts it 2-1 in favour of, going on from yesterday, that puts it in favour of 2-1 to have someone else play and have Chum come back. And, oh, Thunder Dragon. That will be a twin-headed Thunder Dragon that Kaiba could potentially get to the field here. He has Polymerization in his hand, and he's going for it. Okay, Sax Pack Ab says, Chumley's opening up a can of whoop-ass on Joey. The drop bear got the drop. Weird to think that the only duelist who could topple him was Bandit Keith. To be fair, in that match, Keith did draw very good cards. If you put those two up against each other again, Chumley would probably win. But no, Keith did get him on that day, and well, underdog upsets do happen in the real world, even in real sports. They happen all the time. The biggest underdog story I know of would be in like 2015-16 season, I think it was, when Leicester City won the English Premier League. They were, at the start of the year, they were 5,000 to 1 odds, and they won the season. Sangan. There's a piece of Exodia, but there's no flip. 3,000 off Seeker, 4,000 off Seeker, and if you can't block this attack, Kaiba gets it. He gets the first one. Seeker was probably close to an Exodia. But still, that was a lot of power from Kaiba. He basically tore off Seeker's life points in one turn when he finally got through the defense. Emperor Pikachu says, good job, Chum, back on track. Crimson Maelstrom 573. Oh, the jump rope minigame of Final Fantasy IX is the bane of my existence. I don't care that jumping 1,000 times in a single session unlocks a powerful weapon. Is it 1,000? Oh, I thought it was 100. Oh, I didn't realize it was 1,000 times. I know the skipping rope game from Final Fantasy IX, so it's like folklore for like how difficult it actually is, because it gets harder It starts getting faster and faster. You got to do it 1,000 times. He says, I never mess with it and just continue playing the main game. If you can beat the super boss Ozma, I will dedicate however many hours it takes to master the jump rope. 1,000 times on that skip rope. And it's a hard one too. You got to be very, very precise. It's like the Final Fantasy X lightning dodge, but on like an extreme plateau, because the Final Fantasy lightning dodge, you can actually manipulate that. There's a if you go south from where the rest center is, Blue Eyes White Dragon. If you go south from the from the rest center, there's a tower that blocks the lightning, and then there's a crater in the floor. The game like is programmed to drop lightning bolts, and it seems to trick the programming, and the lightning bolt will set off at exactly the right time every time when you run to this crater. So you can kind of manipulate it. So making it a lot easier. I used to do it just north, and which is actually the harder way of doing it, but it's a lot quicker as well. But yes, that was only 200 though. You didn't need 1,000. Alright, 2 face downs for Seeker. He's got 2 Exodia pieces. We can't see Kaiba's hand this time. Although, now that's smart from Kaiba. He's flipping up the attack target just in case it's a wall of illusion, which Seeker does have. Sukowski 1978 says, Zane and Kaiba sounds awesome. I'd also like to see Joey vs Atticus, probably be intriguing too. And BC Lignese also says, Zane and Joey too. Didn't Zane duel another character who used the Red Eyes archetype? Zane and Atticus might have dueled. I don't know, I haven't watched GX for a very long time. It's on the list. I'm still need to finish Ghost Stories. I've only got like 3 or 4 episodes of it left. But alright, Seeker still holding his fort. Although he does have the Dark Door down now as well. That's going to make it very difficult for Kaiba to attack. There's 3 Exodia pieces available for Seeker. And, Charcoal Impachi's gone. Seeker draws Giant Soldier of Stone. Seeker goes with block attack. Is he going to use... Is he going to summon Giant Soldier of Stone to knock off Vorse Raider? That is the ultimate taunt. Crimson Maelstrom says, Bandit Keith beating Chum was a shocker, but now Chum's got the Australian mojo back. And, final attack orders from Kaiba. That has put all of Seeker's monsters in attack mode, or all the face-up ones. However, with Dark Door on the field, and Seeker's just activated Mystical Space Typhoon to get that final attack orders off the field, puts all face-up monsters into attack mode. It's a good card. But Seeker used Swords of Concealing Light, so Kaiba's stuck for another 2 turns. Oh, and a Scapegoat. Great stalling card, Scapegoat. Good thing that final attack orders is no longer on the field, otherwise all those Scapegoat tokens would be in attack mode. Sukowski says, Teslas are kind of interesting, but they do not do well in cold and ice at all. Teslas are also very dangerous if they catch fire. Lithium fire is not capable of being put out by regular spray foam or water from a fire truck. That is 100% correct, and I'll tell you a story about that too. It either has to burn out or be completely smothered for quite a while. Yes. When I was down in Bunbury, when I broke my drive shaft, me and the mobile mechanic who came out to get me the replacement parts and to fix it up for me, a discussion came up about Teslas. And in Bunbury a few years ago, somebody's Tesla caught fire. And the firefighters showed up, but the only thing that they could do was stand around the Tesla and make sure that none of the surrounding trees and bushes caught on fire. So they were basically just guarding the trees. They could not put the Tesla fire out. They just had to sit and wait for it to burn out. And the reason they don't do well in cold and ice is because electronics generally do not perform well when they are cold. And when they get to very, very cold conditions, like you would say in Canada, parts of the US, In Australia, the coldest we get in WA in winter is usually like 15 degrees Celsius, which is like, what, 40 or so Fahrenheit, something like that? I don't know. But like compared to other places in the world, even in winter, WA is still quite warm. If you go to Marble Bar in the middle of winter, it's still literally 30 degrees Celsius or like, you know, like 90 Fahrenheit or something. Actually, 15 degrees Celsius, no, that wouldn't be 30 Fahrenheit. That'd be around like 60 or something, wouldn't it? 50, 60? I don't know. I'd have to convert it in Google, but yes, Teslas, yeah, when they catch fire, yeah, you can't just put them out. You have to wait for them to burn out. And lithium fire, like Sukowski said, yeah, lithium fire is just a endless, like, the fire, it cannot be put out. Like, you have to wait for the actual source of the fire to just evaporate and be, or I say evaporate, I don't know if that's really the right word, but disintegrate. As Obelisk comes to the field, Seeker has got 4 Exodia pieces in his hand now. And, he's got Witch of the Black Forest. Many would say that's unfair, but Seeker also doesn't have Pot of Greed and Graceful Charities, since they are banned cards, but he's still... so Exodia's going to knock out Kaiba. Kaiba can't really avoid it now, unless he banishes the Witch of the Black Forest, which he won't be able to. He's got Obelisk to attack with. There's Soul Exchange. Again, also... I don't know why Kaiba threw that. Now look at this. Witch of the Black Forest. Poor Kaiba. Exodia obliterate. Kaiba is having flashbacks right now. Emperor Pikachu says, way to come back, Jay. Great match. That was for Jaden and Bakura. That was actually a very good match. Bakura usually does have them. And Sukowski also says, negative 21 degrees Celsius in Massachusetts today. Oh man, I have never been somewhere that cold. I mean, the closest I've ever got maybe was one time being in a freezer at a workplace or something where they were storing meat. But, you know, you're in there for like a minute. As Yellow Luster Shield again, so Seeker will have some good defense. Third and final match. In Massachusetts, so that's Boston. Boston, Massachusetts. Are they, where are the Boston Celtics right now in the NBA? Alright, what's Kaiba got? He's got Swordstalker to the field, but just a bit of camping for Seeker here. It's his best strategy. Oh wow, Boston is second. They're only behind Cleveland. Dude, Cleveland are like... I'm surprised how good they're doing this year. Mind you, they've had a group, like a crop of young players who have stuck together for a few years, so Cleveland's team chemistry right now is probably really good. Have they still got Jarrett Allen as well? And Colby White? I don't know, it's been a while since I've actually looked at team lineups on the NBA. I was more familiar with it all when I was playing NBA 2K21, but I just can't get back into the NBA games. They're not bad, I've got NBA Jam 1998 as well. And Michael Jordan's in it, but he's not listed as Michael Jordan. He's listed as just R guard, and he's still got the 23 number for the Bulls and all that. It must have been something with licensing or agreements or something. They probably would have had to have paid Michael Jordan a lot of money to put his likeness in the game. Moonwolfie says, my one the first easy, but then Brick the second. Esperoba has Jinzo, but all over his deck isn't the strongest. But at the same time, Mai has a tendency to brick, and she did manage to get the win in the end. And also says, Final Fantasy minigames can be a pain at times for me. I sucked at Blitzball, so Walker, I don't think I got past his basic rules. I played Blitzball to the point where I had the entire starting Oryx team all at level 99. I love Blitzball on 10. But yeah, it is actually a bit of a head spin game to get around. Once you understand the math mechanics in it, you kind of pick it up. It's a bit easier, but Blitzball, it is a weird one. And I don't think I ever got his ultimate weapon. The lightning dodge game in Thunder Plains was a pain. I'm talking about that earlier. Blitzball and the coin game in X2. Sphere Break. Sphere Break was... Oh, man. I got it in the end, but holy hell. The card game in Final Fantasy VIII. That's... the card game in Final Fantasy VIII is actually... depending what rule set you have, you can actually manipulate the RNG to get the random rule out of some places, which make it a lot easier. But no, at times the card game, when you were stuck with the random rule and plus at the same time, plus is relatively easy to understand. It's just all right. There's Obelisk, and Obelisk is gone for his effect, and it's wiped the field, but he can't conduct his battle phase. There's a Witch of the Black Forest. No, he seems good. But yeah, the plus rule is it's where the numbers, say if you got like 2 6s, if you got a 6 on the top and you've put the card in the middle and the one above you has a 6, and say your number on the bottom of your card is a 4 and the card underneath you has a 4 as well, that'd be the same, but plus the 2 numerical digits need to add up together. It's actually quite hard to explain. You actually need it in front of you to visibly see it. Trying to explain the plus rule in just words is just, it's almost impossible. In the 7 remake, I haven't gotten the max reward for squats with Cloud and pull-ups either with Tifa. 7 rebirth, I don't think I have the max stat for sit-ups with Tifa and the S rank for the piano songs. Fort Condor and some robot in 7 rebirth, I haven't mastered either. 7 integrate also has Fort Condor and I haven't mastered that. It's with side quests and mini games in Final Fantasy, yeah. Another really good example for that is the running race in Final Fantasy 12 in Bolfenheim Port, because you got to do it 100 times, and it's just why. Moonwolfie says, I'm pretty sure it was Arcana that beat Becca and then Joey beat Arcana in an upset. Yes, that is true. That was from a few weeks ago on the channel. Moonwolfie says, Zane and Kaiba, Cyber Dragon vs. Blue Eyes White. That'd be pretty good. Cyber and Dragon vs. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Zane and Kaiba both have an ego, but I always like Zane more than Kaiba. Joey and Atticus would be the battle of the Red Eyes Black Dragons. I remember Rocco's Modern Life, Cat Dog are real monsters, Ren and Stimpy, Cow and Chicken, Courage Cowardly Dog, some of the early 1990s cartoons of my childhood. Same, so we must be of similar age then. Katomi758, if Zane and Kaiba had battled in the anime, I could totally see Zane trash-talking Kaiba and getting under his skin. Would be hilarious to see Kaiba getting ticked off. Well, he's got Obelisk, he's got Lord of D on the field. Seeker has got to be close to that Exodia. There's Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. Kaiba can't attack more than once because of the Dark Door. It's such a troll card though. Crimson Maelstrom says, doesn't he already though? Don't they? Do they play in the anime? I don't know, actually. I'd be surprised if they didn't do an episode. Now, Dark Core. Dark Core will not work on Obelisk. Obelisk cannot be targeted by card effects. Mystical Space Typhoon. Slinger 0083 says, when I was a kid, my dad took me to an animated shorts festival and we saw the first Rugrats short before it was a series on Nickelodeon. That's cool. That's really cool, because Rugrats was like a phenomenon. I've still got Rugrats on PS1 as well. The graphics are... but it was a fun game though. Katomi again says, I grew up with shows like Fairly Odd Parents, Ned's Declassified, and Drake and Josh. They were... Says, the prime of shows in my opinion. Man. Ned's Declassified, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101 as well. Even iCarly, I really loved iCarly as well. And there we go. We'll continue more in the next video for comments. But Seeker and Kaiba have come to an end, with Kaiba picking up a victory, and I do have footnotes in this video and can confirm that Seeker had 4 Exodia pieces in that last match. That's why he wasn't playing any monsters down right at the end. He had 4 of them. He couldn't get the 5th. He was very, very close to having Kaiba relive the Exodia nightmare all over again, but That's all from Kaiba and Seeker. So Kaiba will finish above Yugi in the table, which that will at least give Kaiba some easier sleeping ability at night. And he did finish above Joey Wheeler as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We've got Chum Lee going up against Yugi Moto in the Duelist Kingdom run for Chum. I decided to let him duel Pegasus last. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.